DC League of Super Pets, The Forbidden Love Story. Fire, Part 3. Eric saves Talia. Meanwhile, Talia was quietly stalking on her prey until the antelope heard something and got scared and ran off. Talia ran after them until she lost them. Drat! Lost them again! Just then, she saw a light of fire and the animals were running off. Talia gasped as she ran off while the animals catch up with her. The fire rises as the scene transitions with Zira and Eric. The plan is in motion. Go! Eric does so as he immediately goes to find Talia. Meanwhile, Crypto was walking left and right, worrying about Talia, while Megan and Ace tried to assure him. Don't worry, Crypto. She'll be fine. What could happen? Ace nodded, agreeing with Megan. Crypto then smells smoke and then turns and gasps in horror. No! No! Talia! Crypto runs off as Megan and Ace took a look and gasped in horror while the others saw it. Tails! Fly ahead! Find her! The animals kept running from the fire. They were scared. Talia tried to run from the fire, but gets fire blocking her way, and when she turns, she sees more fire and scatters away. Coughing and panting, Talia wouldn't find her way out until she saw a nearby rock and runs to it. She makes a giant leap and reaches for the rock as she kept trying to get up, but then she finally pounces up on the rock and falls to the ground. She then passed out. Eric walks up to Talia and saw her unconscious and didn't know what to do. He lowered his head to her chest and tried to listen to her heartbeat, and she was still breathing. He then grabbed her by her collar and got her on his back. I've got you. Just stay with me. Eric runs down from the rock and escapes from the fire. Trees falling, but he never gave up on Talia. He kept running to get her to safety. He then falls from a high cliff as Talia falls off his back, and they both end up in the river. But Eric did not give up. He saw Talia sink into the water and dives in to save her, getting out of the water and carrying her to safety. Tails was looking for Talia until he found Eric carrying her to safety. I must tell Crypto! He flies off to go get Crypto until Eric got Talia to safety. Where am I? You're safe? In Metropolis. Metropolis? No! Why did you bring me here? Who do you think you are? I think I'm the one that just saved your life. So you should thank me for bringing you to safety. Listen, I had everything under control. Not from where I'm standing. Then move downwind. Talia then tries to escape, but Eric wouldn't let her. Hey! What are you doing? Get out of my way! Talia kept trying to escape, but Eric wouldn't let her. What are you doing, huh? Talia looked at him in the eyes. She then recognized him with a smile on her face. Eric? Eric smiles back at Talia. Talia smiled until she heard Crypto's voice. It sounded like a really angry tone. Talia! Crypto growls in anger, causing Eric to step back in fear. Talia, you're all right, Megan said as she immediately rushed to her and hugged her. Yeah, we thought we've lost you. Is this scruffy-looking bad dog giving you trouble, Talia? No, Knuckles, I'm fine. Crypto, how could you break your promise? It's a good thing I did. I almost lost you. No more hunts for you, not ever. What? That's not fair! But I was doing just fine! Even before Eric! Crypto said as he growled at Eric, and Eric growls at Crypto back. Crypto! Megan said with anger as Ace glared at Crypto as well. Dylan was in the background, howling until Megan heard her big brother. Hey! You! How dare you save Megan's adoptive daughter! Sorry. Hey! You! How dare you save Megan's adoptive sister! That's what I meant. Sorry. You saved her? Why? I humbly asked to join your team. No, you were banished with the other Bleakstoners. I have left the Bleakstoners. I'm a rogue. Judge me now for who I am, or I am to be blamed for a crime I didn't commit. Crypto growls as he turns away from Eric. Crypto, you owe him my sister's life. Megan is right, Crypto. You shouldn't judge someone before getting to know them first. That's right, Crypto. Clearly we are in his debt and royal prodigal demands that all debts he paid. Though in case, you might want to take an inspection. Crypto looks at Eric for a moment and then he sighs. My father's law will prevail. For now, I reserve judgment. We'll see who you really are. Eric looked at Talia, and Talia smiled at him. Stray dog. Eric growls. Everyone got back to the Hall of Justice, and it was bedtime when the sun went down. Crypto gasps in horror and runs to Eric and growls at him, getting him to back off. Eric walks to a nearby rock and sits in the cold. Hey, thanks for saving me today. What kind of hunter are you anyway? House dog? You almost got yourself killed out there. What? You wouldn't last 3 days on your own. Oh, and I suppose you could teach me. Yeah? Talia! Coming! All right. Impress me. We start at dawn. I look forward to that. Meanwhile, with Ronick and Zira... Did you see that? He let her go! If that was me, Hush. The fire rescue worked perfectly. And Crypto, Ace, and Megan fell for it. Now, the closer Eric gets to the sister, the closer he gets to Megan and all the other characters. And once he has Crypto alone, Zira claws at a tree branch as Ronick ducked down. Later that night, Megan was tossing and turning in her sleep. Nightmare begins. Megan! Megan! Help me! Rory! Jason was cackling, evilly. Bad dog! No! Brother! Just a little further! Megan said as her big brother Rory tried to grab her paw, but Jason got a hold of Megan. Gotcha! Trust me. Megan! No! Father, or should I say Jason? Eric? Megan said as Eric looked down at the horrified mixed-bred dog, and Eric drops her off the cliff. No! Nightmare ends. Megan was panting. Megan woke up with a fright after the nightmare ended, and she started to whimper. for a minute, and then she went back to sleep.